Right. Hello. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Bismillah. Welcome to the first of what I hope is going to be a monthly live stream of songs and stories and poetry. So we're going to start tonight by going to light a little candle here. This has been something that I've been meaning to do for a while, but 2026 is hopefully the year. So I've got a little candle going. Okay. And I think I want to start with playing a song called 2 Points Make a Line. This is 2 Points Make a Line. Someone's got to try. Who draws boundaries round a flood? The road is drowned, the way is shut. But 2 points make a line, don't they? Someone's got to try. Why do you turn your head? There's no one here, nobody left but you. Two points make a line, don't they? No use in hiding. So, that song was written, inspired by, oh my goodness. Kind of a little tangled up here. Okay, all good. That song was inspired by a photo. In the spring of 2019, there was massive flooding throughout much of the Great Lakes and the Great Plains, including the area of Nebraska where my mother's family farms. And a lot of people in that area got completely flooded in. All of the roads were flooded. No one could come in and out. Supplies couldn't come get in and out. And there was one person, one man, who volunteered to drive his tractor through the floodwaters to deliver supplies, including the spring's shipment of seeds that farmers needed to plant later, to the families who were flooded in. Now, in that area, the roads are kind of built up a little bit, so the water would have been, a certain depth on the road, but then veer off the road at all, and you would fall into much deeper water. And he couldn't see the road at all, but he knew that if he set his sights on the satellite tower at the end of the road, he would drive on the straight line. It would keep him on the road. And he took a photo from the seat of the tractor before he set out on this journey. And this is the photo. He sent it to the families that he was going to deliver supplies to. You can see the satellite tower in the distance. That was the point. That was the end of the road. That was the only thing keeping him on the straight and narrow. If he veered at all side to side, he would fall off the road. And thankfully, he made the journey safely. But after seeing this photo, I was just so moved by this, and the image really stuck with me. And that's how I wrote the song, 2 Points Make a Line. It always reminds me of that saying that when there's a fire, most people have to run away, and there's always someone who has to run towards the fire. And in this case, it was a flood, but this was the man who went towards the flood instead of away from it. Definitely feels like one of those examples of the quote from Mr. Rogers of, when bad things are happening in the world, when you feel afraid, always look for the helpers. And that very much seems to have been this man in this situation. So that's what that song is about. I think the next song that we're going to do is a cover. It's a song called Always See Your Face by the group Love. And I feel like this song has taken on some meaning for me because I always think of separation. People that we're separated from, whether that be because of geographical distance, people who are separated by migration, people who are separated by incarceration, people who are separated by someone passing away, by grief, by just estrangement. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we become separated and distanced in this world. And this song that is about no matter where you go, always being able to see someone's face is just something that I always think about when I think about both people in my life that I'm separated from by prison walls, by geographical distance, by circumstance, by death, by, any number of things. And the practice of keeping someone's face in your mind, despite long distance and lots of separation, or potentially not even knowing if that person is still alive or where they are. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people these days who have been disappeared. And so it's also just a very sweet song. It's a simple, sweet song. Simple not in an insulting way. Simple as in it captures something about the practice of always carrying someone's face with you. And I feel like Love is often a very underrated group, and its frontrunner, its leader, frontman, I guess, Arthur Lee, definitely someone who often does not get his dues in the history of rock and roll, as one of the as one of the people who I think unfortunately is left out as this erasure of Black musicians in rock music and rock history. But Arthur Lee, very, very special songwriter, and it's always an honor to play this song. So let's play Always See Your Face by Love. Somebody please help me with my misery. Won't somebody see, yeah, what this world has done to me? And I know, and I say, oh, I say that no matter where I go, oh, I will always see your face. Won't somebody please help me with my memories? Won't somebody see, yeah, what this world has done to me? And I know, and I say, obstacle course here. Oh, I see what got tangled. I'm going to untangle this. Just had a little bit of cord spaghetti going on. I've been blaming a lot of chaos on the new kitten that lives at our house. But I can't blame that on her. All right. So, I have brought for you today a poem. It's a poem from one of my favorite poets. Her name is Ana Akhmatova. This is the book I'm going to read from. Akhmatova was a Russian poet who lived through many turbulent eras of Russia's history, many upheavals. And the poem that I want to read today is the beginning of her poem called Requiem, which is her personal elegy about life during the Stalinist purges. Requiem. No, not under a foreign heavenly cope, and not canopied by foreign wings. I was with my people in those hours, there where, unhappily, my people were. In the fearful years of the Yezhov terror, I spent 17 months in prison queues in Leningrad. One day, somebody identified me. Beside me in the queue, there was a woman with blue lips. She had, of course, never heard of me. But she suddenly came out of that trance, so common to us all, and whispered in my ear. Everybody spoke in whispers there. Can you describe this? And I said, yes, I can. And then something like the shadow of a smile crossed what had once been her face. For some context, the reason that she was standing in lines outside of the prison was because her son had been taken in the Stalinist purges. And she spent 17 months standing in line with the families of a lot of other people whose loved ones had been taken, trying to get information, trying to pass supplies or letters. So she wrote this about her experience standing in line at the prison for her son. And what I want to talk about with this poem is the idea of lamentations. This is a word that didn't used to hold much sway for me. It conjures like drama, powerlessness, despair instead of action. At least for me, it does at first. Actually, there was a man who I used to work with who was going through some really intense grief, and was telling me about how every day he just ended up lying on the floor for about 20 minutes. And he felt like he was such a drama queen for needing to lie on the floor for 20 minutes a day. And I said, well, what's dramatic about that? You're just taking a rest there. And he said, no, you don't understand. What I am doing on the floor is lamentations and loathing. And from that point out, I would sometimes check in with him. So how's the lamentations and loathing going? But anyway, that word lamentations, it at first seems sort of like moaning, wailing, drama, that kind of thing. But one definition that lamentations has is just to grieve audibly. And that's something that I gravitate towards. The deeper, older, wiser things in me understand why so many human cultures practice lamentation of one kind or another. There can be a power in lamentation when all other power is gone. And I've seen grief that gets rusted by silence, and I've seen the lack of collective mourning turn things corroded and brittle. And lamentation, I think, can sometimes be powerlessness turning into power. And that's the exchange that I see between these two women in the line outside the prison. It's the question, can you describe this? And the answer, yes, I can. And I think about this poem so often because I am trying to reconnect with the art of lamentation in this land of, at times strip mall death cults. There's many things that I have been turning to try to understand what does it mean to choose to describe something when you have no other power to prevent it. And the things that I've been finding, I think I will probably bring to more of these live streams in the future. They're my teachers, more so than ever. But this poem really speaks to me as lamentation being powerful if it needs to be. Your ability to be in horror and say, I can describe this. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe your description of the loss is through music. Maybe it's through movement. Maybe it's visual. Maybe it's through words. Maybe it's through your garden. But I wanted to offer all of you this poem so that as you're going about your lives amidst the banal evil that you may come into contact with, to ask yourself that whispered question of the blue-lipped woman. Can you describe this? And with that, I would love to close out this live stream with a song called Ritual, which is a song that I wrote about the ritual of grief and all the small ways it shows up the day after and the day after and the day after and the day after, and how doing the small acts of daily life is a ritual of continuing to live after grief, only to be sometimes interrupted by the huge waves of emotions and the need to lay on the floor for lamenting and loathing for 20 minutes. So this is one of my attempts to answer the question, can you describe this? This is a song called Ritual. Let's take a look at this real quick. Wash the dish, curse the sky, raise hell, spill the milk, mop the floor, turn the tide, outrun time. Between the frying pan and the fire, there's a moment in the air. Breathe it in, feel your lungs fight to grow around the bird. Do it all again. Ritual never ends. Fall apart, make the bed. You can't bring them back. Check the mail, take a shower, go to hell. Between the frying pan and the fire, there's a moment in the air. Breathe it in, feel your lungs, fight to grow beyond the bird. Where does it go? Where is all this supposed to go? Where is all this supposed to go? Where the hell is all this supposed to go? Where is all this supposed to go? Where is all this supposed to go? Thank you so much. Thank you for joining today, and inshallah we'll be back next month. Take care. Salams.